All right, hello and welcome everyone to Monday Round 9 Fall 2022 Rookie League here at Zandvort. This is going to be the season finale. We are jumping in here at the end of free practice, getting ready to get straight into qualifying. We're going to have a 12-minute qualifying session, followed up by a 20-minute race, and then we are going to repeat that. So another 12-minute qualifying session followed up by another 20-minute race. Some new names on the grid that we see here. Seth Lincoln, a name that I'm not familiar with. Love to see it even on the final race of the season. Having new people join this. This league has been incredible. And we are now green in qualifying. We see there that is Bob Robson, going to be the first one out on track. Loads of other cars now coming out as well. Hey Pablo, how's it going? 22 drivers on the grid here tonight. We can see all of them going to be coming out on track. This is no splits in this league. Everybody here at once. Free for all class. It's more than 12 minutes. I guess we upped it. It's 15 minutes now. And we can see leading the way currently is Bob Robson, the Focus Motorsport. Number 89 car, McLaren dominated this season. We can take a look here while we wait for the outlap at the standings. These are the rookie standings here. You see Bob Robson leading the way. Standings are not that important in the rookie series. They're all just numbers. They're not really important in any. But nonetheless, here's where, if any drivers are watching, you guys stand, or any of your favorite drivers stand if you are watching someone that you support. And coming up now, actually, not really, man, outlap is shorter here than I expected. Bob Robson is going to be starting his lap here. Why don't we get into cockpit cam as he rounds the final corner right now, and then we also can get up. There we go. Look at that. We got fancy new technology here at the Trackalicious stream. I guess I'm Mike Nause. I forgot to say that. Hope everyone's having a good night tonight. Currently Bob Robson rounding the first turn complex. Getting ready to go down the flat out sector here. Flat out all the way till you get into Shivelock. And after that, just a massive downshift down into third, trying to ride that RPM as high as you can. Get that car to slow down up into fourth as we come into Masters here. Very nice. And into turn 9. Riding out, or washing out just a little bit. That's going to compromise his speed a tiny bit here. Very nice, though, in the chicane, or hairpin, as we now approach the chicane. Ooh, way too much curb. Unsettles the car tremendously. Bob Robson definitely going to be looking to improve this lap. And we see here rounding Kumo. And the final corner as well now. Onto the start-finish straight. Where will this put Bob Robson? Obviously in pole position, because he is the first one across the line. Oops, wrong button. Nope, still the wrong button. We're getting there, guys. What are we doing? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Okay. 146.5 from Bob Robson. Hayden Gibber 2/10 off. Potts Weaver not too far behind. Patty D as well. Justin Seckham coming across the line now with a 146.9. Alejandro Pulgarin jumping up into second position. Very nice lap from him, actually. Number 44 AMG with a 146.7. 2/10 off the time there of Bob Robson. Bob Robson, though, not with the greatest lap from his perspective, as he had a bit of an error in the second sector for sure. And I guess we also can take a look at a feature here after this next lap. We'll wait a little bit. Wait for them to set one more. Bob Robson here is going to be the next car to come across the line, as well to set a valid lap. Actually, he may have invalidated this lap. This timing is red, which I'm assuming means he invalidated. We will see shortly, though, coming across the line. Will it be an improvement? It's not. So he did, in fact, invalidate that lap, Bob Robson. 9 minutes to go in qualifying. Still needs to get on with it just a little bit. Casey Schutte taking that P1. Hayden Gibber in P2 right now. Love that Country Club Racing livery. Absolutely awesome. Taking a look a little bit further down, we see John Donnelly down here in P11 currently. 149.4. Looking to improve there a little bit. Steven Tomzik just starting his lap in P12. Patty D a little bit in front of him. See, is Eric? Okay, Eric is Trackalicious. That's not confusing. We are now watching Trackalicious as Trackalicious on Trackalicious. But I'm Mike Nause. And Eric Gossian here is just driving on a different computer due to technical difficulties. Jeremy Cubbage with a lovely livery there. I love that Noobs RS livery. Currently sitting in P12, just starting his lap. We see the 75 car about to come across the line. Where are they going to? Who is the 75? That's John Donnelly. John Donnelly is going to... Don't think he improved on that lap. Is going to start a new lap now. Casey Schutte leading the way. One thing that I do want to do, though, is we can see here George Elmer in the Alpine. Currently, well, let's see here. Who's very close? Justin Seckham and Alejandro Pulgarin. These two cars very close in time. Looks like they are currently on a lap as well. But we can do a little bit of... Did it work? I don't think it worked. Hold on. Nope. It worked. Lovely. Look at that. Lap time comparison. You can see how Alejandro and... Oh, that's terribly off-center. That's fine, though. I don't think I can get much better than that because I have to compromise one of them. We can see right now. Battle for P10 commencing. Sector times very similar. Lap times very similar. This is, in fact, new tech here at Trackalicious. Casey Schutte as well, though. 8. Holy cow. Look at that comparison. We have quite the similarity. Casey Schutte there. Actually, I think, wait, did that just mess things up? I might have messed, I think I messed things up there, didn't I? No, I didn't. We're good. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Not really. Wait, what did I do? Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. I wish the speed was displayed in miles an hour, but that's okay. KPH is good. Just remember, I think you divide it by 1 point, by 2 point, 1 point. Let's forget that for now. Never attempt math well, on stream. It just doesn't work. Mike Burkov down here in P12 coming across the line to have a little bit of an improvement. We see him jump up to P5. Here, car in the gravel there. That's the 808 car there. Bit further down, Andrew Casey here as well in the Noobs R Us livery. A little bit stuck in traffic right now, it looks like. Caught up behind. Not sure who that is. I guess we can check by doing that. That's Pablo Didik. Pablo Didik popping in chat earlier and saying hi. So best of luck to him. Currently sitting down in P18. Bit of time to improve. Andrew Casey, not too thrilled right now, I would imagine. Coming through the final quarter is going to be coming across the line and making an improvement, though, nonetheless. In that slipstream, it will help him out a little bit. Currently in P16, jumps up a position in front of Jerby Cubbage, his teammate. But currently a battle for P15 of the team's Noob R Us boys. Alejandro Pulgarin, though, down here in P11. Still about a 10th off the time for Ricardo Sapien. Has a bit to make up. Potts Weaver. Ricardo Sapien in the pits. So actually, probably... Okay, he's out of the pits now. We're good. And Seth Lincoln, name that once again I do not recognize, in the BMW here tonight. Currently sitting down here in the bottom position, a little bit off the pace. But that's what the rookie series is for. Not sure if he is a rookie or if he just had a bad lap. Why don't we ride along and check it out? Getting caught up in traffic, so... the Sector 2 time was... Okay, so it looks like he just had a... He had an abysmal lap. Okay. Very nice. Very sprightly in that BMW. I think we are going to see quite the improvement this lap. Seth Lincoln pushing right now. Downshifts into the final corner. Not sure that's completely necessary. That's okay, though. Definitely compromised the momentum onto the straight, but nonetheless making an improvement. Still staying down in that bottom position. Bit of work to do. Running a bit wide into T1 there. That's all right. Carrying that speed, though. We have 2.5 minutes left here in qualifying. Drivers pushing as hard as they can right now. Luis Castro currently on that pole position. Casey Schutte, 8 thousandths off of that time in P2. Such an unfathomable amount of time. I can't even comprehend. I mean, no one. That's just, it's insane how close that is. Mike Burkov, not far behind either, about 0.3 off the time, just starting his lap now, well, and ending his lap, so he is going to stick with that lap time. Will not have time to complete another lap. Paula Brady is going to continue on, however. Has a bit of work to do, about 0.6 off the time. See other drivers on a decent improvement right now. We do see Justin Seckham on a pretty decent improvement himself. Currently down in P12, has about 0.2 to gain to Ricardo Sapien. Go on. Ooh, running very deep into the chicane. You need to make sure you be very careful on those curbs. Luckily, not unsettling the car, though, too much. Oh, massive bout of understeer, and that's going to be an invalidation. Unfortunately, he will, though, have time to complete one more lap, luckily. Riding on that curb, compromising the exit onto the straight just a tiny bit. And Justin Seckham will have one more chance to make an improvement on his time. George Elmer now coming across the line, currently in P7, right behind Bob Robson. Does make the massive gain of 4 positions there, putting him up into 4th position. The Alpine looking strong here tonight at Zandvort. Zandvort, one of the greatest tracks, in my opinion. It is an awesome track. Track is 2.6 miles long. Not too much elevation change. But in the Dutch, well, town, I think, of Zandvort, in the Netherlands. Very nice track indeed. We're just following along here with George Elmer currently. Lots of drivers in the pits. The checkered flag has fallen. Any driver to come across the line after this time will not be able to set a time after this. We see the 406 car. Where are they? There they are. Andrew Casey is on an improvement. Currently down in P17, looking to make an improvement to gain that position onto Daniel Versosa. Has a bit of time between them. Comes across the line. Is going to improve, but not enough to gain the position. Andrew Casey will have to stick in that P17 for right now, and it looks like he will be staying there. I don't think anyone behind him will be improving enough to gain that. Potts Weaver here is a bit further back. The 22 car. Let's see. Where's 22? 22. There it is. George Elmer, of course. Alpine here. I actually don't know if he's on an improvement or not. Coming across the line, though. It was an improvement. And not enough, though, to overtake Mike Burkov. Mike Burkov keeping that position for now. John Hawley. Down here, we see the 212 car coming across, and that'll be the end of qualifying. Does this work? No, doesn't matter. Wait, what does it display now? Nothing. Okay. Well, in that case, we will do a little bit of unpreparedness and get the thingamabobber out of the way. That's not the thingamabobber I wanted to get out of the way. That's the thingamabobber I wanted to get out of the way. Lovely. Okie dokie. We will bring that back up during the race, of course. Though, currently, we can start with a grid rundown here. Let's get into the session and get a good camera angle. That's a pretty good camera angle. Let's hope it sticks that way. So, starting in P1 for our second to final race, penultimate race of the first ever rookie league here with Trackalicious. We do have more coming up very soon. I will show you guys that momentarily. Luis Castro starting in pole position, the 212 Aston Martin. Aston Martin's lining the front of the grid here. We have Casey Schutte in P2, that 444 Aston Martin, taking the second position just off the time mark, 8 thousandths off of the time of Luis Castro, so extremely close. Mike Burkov in P3 here. George Elmer in P4. Paula Brady in P5. Alejandro Pulgarin in P6. Bob Robson in P7. Stephen Tomzik in P8. Hayden Gibber in P9. Potts Weaver in P10. Ricardo Sapien in the 263 AMG. Down here in P11, Justin Seckham as well, or in the BMW, I should say. Down here in P12, Patty D in the Porsche is going to be starting in P13. John Donnelly in P14. Eric Gukasian, who is on an alternate account due to technical difficulties, is going to be starting in P15 in the KTM. Daniel Versosa in the McLaren. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Danny Versosa in the McLaren, starting in P16. Andrew Casey in P17. Jeremy Cubbage in P18. John Donnelly in P19. Pablo Didic starting in P20. Chase Donnelly in P21. Seth Lincoln starting in P22. And Pulsatrix starting at the back of the grid in the Camaro in P23. Car is starting up now, getting ready to get underway here. As we get ready. See here, which one do I want? That one, yes. A little bit of a burnout even from Luis Castro. Luis Castro eager to get underway. That's what you love to see here. And he turned his windshield wipers on. Congratulations. We're going to look at cars further down the grid now, so I don't get annoyed. We do see Seth Lincoln starting in the pits, unfortunately, not hitting drive in time. And we have some love for the Donnelly bros. Welcome. Cass, hope you're having a great night tonight. Donnelly bros starting down here in P21 and P19. Lovely livery. I don't know if that's a stock livery or not. It's really cool. Up at the front, though, the stupid windshield wipers of Luis Castro are on. And it's sunny as all heck. 20 minutes on the clock. Oh my. Yeah. No words. No words. Bob Robson seemingly a bit out of position. It's maybe not his favorite track. Down here in P7 though. Plenty of time to make up the ground though. 20 minutes. We'll see how much he can get done. Actually, I mean 20 minutes, not the longest race. That's for sure. And just thinking, no, I don't think there's anything out. We're all good. Everything's all gravy, baby. We're rolling and we're rocking. I think I got everything on screen that I need to for right now. We might as well display the new thingamabobber. And that is what it is officially referred to. Washed Up Squid, welcome. Why not show more information? More information, more better, right? I don't know. Cars, though, are going to be rounding the final corner now. 2x2 Noah's Ark formation. Getting ready now. Cars all eager. GT4s along the grid. 22 cars in the field here tonight as we get ready to go green here. We are racing at Zandvort as the car goes barreling into T1. We can look up at the front. Luis Castro with a very good start. Both Casey Schutte as well, gaining massively on the field. Mike Burkhoff having a look down the inside of George Elmer. George Elmer going quite defensive on the outside line. He can hold this if he tries. Pablo Didic. Excuse me, that's Paula Brady. Paula Brady and Luis. Oh my goodness. Paula Brady. And there's a massive pileup. We see lots of cars involved there. That is not good. We see Pulsatrix getting by, luckily. But unfortunately, Hayden Gibber getting involved in that. Just nowhere to go in that collision. Bob Robson, Paula Brady getting into contact with each other. And that McLaren looks like it's damaged. It's so damaged, it's struggling to stay on the track, in fact. Oh, and there's more cars around, and there's more bumping and banging everywhere we see in the field. What the heck is going on, guys? There's damaged cars everywhere. That Camaro looking in pretty good shape. Pulsatrix starting in last position all the way up to P14 already. That was, oh my, okay, well, there goes that. Shouldn't have said anything. Stop go 30 from Jeremy Cubbage. No idea why. No, just at this point, there's been so much that's happened. Pack is split up massively. This is the final race of the season. This is not how you want to see the final race of the season end either. Nonetheless, Eric Cossian following Jason Donnelly. The Donnelly bros, at least one of them. Yeah, John Donnelly up to P12. What a massive gain. Managing to make it through those collisions without incident. Pablo Didic as well. Pablo Didic making gain onto John Donnelly, as we see he's going to have a look into Tarzan here. And he does sail by him onto the straight. Late onto the brakes, though, is the Donnelly brother. Oh, but he is a little bit too late onto the brakes. And deep into the corner, and Pablo Didic is going to seal that position. Now looking up ahead to Andrew Casey in front. Alejandro Pulgarin looks like he got caught up in some sort of incident as well. He has dropped down the field massively. But John Donnelly, wait a second, that bonnet doesn't look fully attached. I don't think he made it through without a hitch. Never mind. And Daniel Versosa gaining on him rapidly now through Shivlock they go. George Elmer with a yellow flag, and we see him facing the wrong way around. George Elmer was looking pretty good. What happened to him rejoining the track very safely, actually, and just in the way a little bit. Oh, and into Shivlock, he's just deep, or is that Masters? I think he's deep into Masters. Oh, big hit with the Aramco. Manages to avoid a second one, luckily. How's it going, washed up squid? There's a lot of... Oh, no, and I was about to say there's a lot of chaos happening. Pablo Didic, he's around. Pulsatrix is involved as well. And there's a McLaren of Daniel Versosa. What the heck is going on, guys? What is this, a rookie league? Oh, wait. Oh, Pablo Didic just deep onto the corner. Wait, and then there was a separate incident. Hey, Pablo, I don't know what's happening. Pulsatrix involved with that. Danny Versosa as well. Both of them looking like they managed to maybe not make too much contact, at least. Yeah, that sucks. But happy to have you here anyways. Thanks for supporting the stream nonetheless. Luis Castro, he's a little bit more calm than the back of this field. He's just driving his own drive right now. About a 2-second gap to Casey Schutte. Casey Schutte with Mike Burkov not too far behind him, but not too close either. Mike Burkov about the same distance to Casey Schutte as Casey Schutte is to Mike Burkov, of course. Carter Sapien behind, way behind. He is holding up the pack here of Steven Tomzik. Steven Tomzik looking to maybe make some pressure. You started with 2 laps of fuel? Oh no. Well, there's always race 2. That is the benefit of this. This is only the first race. We have another qualifying session after this, followed up by another race. Okay, we got more chaos down here. Well, not chaos just yet. Daniel Versosa, Pablo Didic, side by side into the back part of this track. We do see a move around the outside. Lovely move there from Daniel Versosa. Very confident on the brakes. Not Patty D. That's Pablo Didic. Not quite late enough on the brakes to get there. And Daniel Versosa is going to have the pace to pull ahead. Pablo Didic going backwards just a little bit, sustaining a little bit of damage after that collision, I think, earlier. Eric Cossian here, battling with John Hawley. John Hawley up into P8. Some drivers making very good way from this carnage. In fact, we can take a quick look at position. Well, I can take a quick look at positions gained. Ricardo Sapien starting in P11. He is up into P4 with a 7 positions gained. Steven Tomzik starting in P8, 3 positions gained as well. Justin Seckham starting in P12, up here in P6 now with a 6 position gain. Potts Weaver, though, hot on his tail. Wow, massive. Yeah. So 3 positions gained for Potts Weaver, 6 positions gained for John Hawley. Eric Gagassian, 6 positions gained, and Andrew Casey, 7 positions gained. George Elmer, one of the people that has lost out, 7 positions lost. He started in 4th position. Having a spin and a meet with a barrier, though, has not helped his time at all. He has lost 7 positions down to 11th. Ooh, and Pulsatrix making a move there onto Pablo. Pablo seemingly weak in that corner. It's the 2nd time he's been overtaken there. Yellow flag there from George Elmer again, and he's facing the wrong way once again. In a fairly safe part of the track, though. What has happened, though? Let's see here. We see one of the Noob RS cars up in front. Oh, and it's just a massive bout of understeer and a huge hit with the barrier. Chase Donnelly, what has happened to him? We see a yellow flag from Chase Donnelly. Wait, we can't see it yet because I went back too far. I don't know. His car looks all right. But he's not in the greatest position right now. No denying that. Paula Brady's back on track. That's good to see. Down but not out. After getting in that massive collision. John Hawley battling along with Eric Gagassian. I think Eric Gagassian just got that overtake done. John Hawley having to relinquish that position down to P9 for right now. We'll see if he can stick with Eric Gagassian for the meantime, though. And this battle doesn't look like it's going to cease. I think we will see John Hawley stick with Eric Gagassian for right now. Coming into the penultimate corner. Then the final one, we'll see here if he can get a good enough run. Oh, and Eric Gagassian's, whoa, massive, massive tank slapper. He does manage to save it, but that will let John Hawley by. That was close. That was nail biting, in fact. I don't know how he managed to save that. Andrew Casey getting overtaken there by Hayden Gibber, just behind them. Hayden Gibber deep onto the curbs. That might give Andrew Casey the opportunity into the 2nd sector. We'll see. Maybe not. We see cars running a little bit wide there. Actually, that's back marker of Chase Donnelly running a little bit wide. Patty D making a very ambitious lunge, and he makes contact with Lincoln. That was no bueno, Patty. I'm sorry, but that was no bueno. Go back and see that one. Oh, and you honestly don't even want to see that one again. Very, very unfortunate collision there. Seth Lincoln, unfortunately, getting involved with that. And Patty D sustaining quite a bit of damage as well. Looking like he had quite the hard hit into the rear end there. We do see Justin Seckham, though. Wait, what happened to Eric Gagassian? Eric Gagassian looks like he may have found the barrier as well. Oh, big drift. Oh, and I think he avoided the barrier. Holy cow. Just a little bit of a, you know, just getting heat into the tires. That's all he was doing. Tires are nice and toasty now. We can compare these two, who are in a battle of 3 right now. Justin Seckham See their previous lap times compared. I think might be fastest, I'm not sure, but plenty of information for all you nerds out there. Let's be honest, we're all nerds. If you're watching the sim racing, you're a nerd. We're watching people drive in circles, people. What are you doing? It's a Monday night. No, not really. Welcome. Thank you for watching people drive in circles with me. As currently we see Pottsweaver battling alongside with, well, not alongside yet, but is going to try to. Steven Tomzik not too far behind Justin Seckham right in front. He is in a little bit of a sandwich right now. Cardo Sapien as well, not too far behind them. If they scrap for too long, that might put him into contention. And we have seen, I think Seth Lincoln did go into the pits and make a pit stop. He is out of the pits now and back on track. Patty D is still in the pits. Paula Brady back out, and Chase Donnelly looks like he is in the... No, he's on track, yeah. 42 car of Chase Donnelly is sideways, though, now. So I probably shouldn't have said his name. Close battling from these guys. A bit further back, Daniel Versosa is going to be trying to make a move. What the... Holy cow, into Tarzan, going for the switchback maneuver. I thought he was about to plow that car out of the way. John Donnelly's Aston Martin not looking like it's in showroom condition, and that McLaren looking like he wants to take a little bit of advantage of that. Pulsatrix getting involved right behind them as well. And looking quite impatient is Daniel Versosa, making a move into Shivelock even. Very ambitious, and we're going to see it battle into Masters. Who's going to go late enough onto the brakes? It looks like that McLaren is going to have the inside line and get the job done into Masters corner. And he does manage to hold the position. Pulsatrix, she's going to have her way through the as well. Donnelly, unfortunately, struggling for pace, but he's going to battle back. Looking like he is going to try to hold this. Pulsatrix is going to have the long way for the next corner, at least on the exit. And we do see John Donnelly hold that position for now. How long can he manage it, though? Pulsatrix pushing along. And this is going to be her best chance for an overtake here, going into Tarzan. Having a look down the inside, a little defensive goes John Donnelly, but giving her plenty of space. Late on the brakes. Can she go late enough? That Camaro is going to have the inside line. And she does manage to make it stick onto the curbing even. Drift just a little bit onto the outside, but that's all right. Is going to keep the line for now. John Donnelly is going to fight back, though, but I don't think he has enough in him to get that position back. Lord West GT3 and GT4 mixed is unfortunately over for right now. We are going into a little bit of an off season. In fact, I didn't show that yet, I don't think, but I can show it now. We got a calendar. Look at that. There's a bit of action going, so I won't show it for too long. Take a picture of that if you are interested. This is everything on SimGrid. Type exclamation SimGrid in the chat if interested, but we got to get back to the action here. If I can click the correct buttons, that is, there we go. Alejandro battling with Casey. Casey onto the gravel. And he is just going to yield that position back. Steven Tomzik battling here with Potts Weaver, I think that. No, Potts Weaver battling with Ricardo Sapien. Stephen Tomczyk battling with Justin Seckham, of course. No, Eric Gagassian, he's not facing the correct way on the track. Well, I mean, he is. Oh! Ambitious rejoin. Ambitious rejoin. And Eric Gagassian's back in the pits, unfortunately. Stephen Tomczyk looking to have a good run onto Justin Seckham here in a part of the track that's very difficult to overtake. Through Shivlock and Masters Corner we go. Hop on board with him. Woo! Stephen Tomczyk battling hard here with Justin Seckham. We can pull up a little bit of comparison, I think. Did it work? Yes. Let's see previous lap times compared between these two drivers that we are looking at currently. Two minutes left to go in the first race here. After that, we will be hopping back into another qualifying session, followed up by another race. So make sure you guys don't go anywhere after this. Get you guys popcorn, but not yet, because we are getting close. Popcorn takes about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to pop, and there's only a minute 53 left on this clock. So if you go do that, you're going to miss the race finish, and you don't want to do that, because currently we are watching this tight battle for P4 unfold as well. Bob Robson and Hayden Gibber having a little bit of fight behind as well. Plenty of action to be had right now. Into Tarzan we go. A little bit deep goes Hayden Gibber. That's going to give Bob Robson the perfect opportunity. Bob Robson is not going to be caught sleeping. Hayden Gibber there, way too late on the brakes, runs onto the marbles and gives Bob Robson that position. Struggling a little bit. Maybe the tires have fallen off just a tiny bit for Hayden Gibber. Stephen Tomczyk still pushing. Great race from them so far. Let's see here. Positions gained. Justin Seckham with an absolutely incredible race himself, I should say. Starting in P12, he has gained 8 positions for P4 right now, and he is battling to hold on to that position from Stephen Tomczyk. Stephen Tomczyk starting in 8th. So big improvements here. And that BMW looks to be in really good condition, and we have one more lap to go. Luis Castro, who we have really not talked too much about as he's flashing his lights. He's just driving his own drive right now. I don't think he's seen anyone. Doing a great job of it too, might I add. It's not easy to lead a race, but he's doing a good job of it. Mike Burkov in second position did manage to overtake Casey Schutte. I did miss that at some point. Justin Seckham behind though, holding off this train. This is going to be the drive of Justin's life if he can manage to pull this off. It is for P4. It's not quite for a podium, but it doesn't matter. This might be his best race finish. I don't know if it is or isn't. That's Eric. Eric's in the KTM. He's on a different account due to technical difficulties. This track is extremely difficult to overtake on, might I add, and Justin Seckham is taking all the right lines. Driving that BMW in the middle of the track, making it as wide as possible, going through Shivlock into Masters. I believe that he can do this. Stephen Tomczyk getting impatient, though, is going to have a look into Masters. Sticks a nose down the inside, but they both give each other plenty of respect. And Justin Seckham, oh man, he is going to be sweating bullets right now, going extremely defensive. One more sector to go as we get ready to come diving down to the chicane. Now this is going to be the best overtaking opportunity for Stephen Tomczyk for the rest of this lap, barring the start-finish line. We'll see though. Can he manage? He doesn't have a look. Potts Weaver is getting a little bit ambitious on him behind. The leader has finished the race. That's going to be Luis Castro for that first position. But what really matters here is what's going on here. We see the inside line being taken from Justin Seckham. Justin Seckham is going to manage to hold it. Runs a bit wide, though, and they're on the gravel, being a bit of oversteer. He manages to hold on to it, though. That's going to compromise his exit, but it also compromised the exit of Steven Tomczyk. Steven Tomczyk now battling with Potts Weaver side by side. And we see coming across the line almost 3 wide. Steven Tomczyk does manage to hold the position. Justin Seckham does as well. Potts Weaver for 6th place. Ricardo Sapien almost getting there as well for 7th. Epic race finish there for these drivers. Daniel Versosa, he is trying to make grounds on Andrew Casey, but I think Andrew Casey is going to manage to keep that position. Pablo Didic not too far behind John Donnelly. John Donnelly, who was having a really good race. Unfortunately, though, that damage just looking a bit too much for him. Comes across the line for P15 and P16 for Pablo Didic. And as I said before, folks, we do have another race after this. Still a few drivers to come across the line. Patrick D. So now would be a good time to get popcorn. 2 minutes and 30, remember? Well, 2 minutes and 15, depending on your microwave. And the amount of butter as well. That is another variable that takes into account how long your popcorn is. If you get extra buttery, it typically takes a tiny bit longer. That's how it goes, though, folks. That was an epic race, and we're talking about popcorn. Turn your freaking windshield wipers off, Luis. We can do so on board with Rose Gaming. Who's Rose Gaming? Not sure what we're waiting on here. The session getting ready to transfer over to the next qualifying. Steven Tomczyk. Okay, got it.
Green light. Show them what you got.
We will give a flying lap of Steven Tomczyk, as he is going to be the second car out on track too, so very convenient, in fact. 343 Aston Martin, row your boat. See what he can manage to do. Lovely race finish at the end of last race. Almost a 3 wide picturesque finish. I will say, though, what a race from... Where is he? Justin Seckham. Justin Seckham in the BMW, that 103, takes the P4. That's an absolutely spectacular drive, taking advantage of every bit of carnage that happened at the beginning. Seth Lincoln, new driver on the grid, I think. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Unfortunately, getting caught up in a little bit of an incident last one. Hoping to redeem himself, I would imagine, in this race. Though currently, we have the two qualifying starters. Yeah. And we'll hop on board with Steven Tomczyk as he rounds the final corner. That is not the greatest approach onto the final corner. That's going to hurt his momentum tremendously. Luckily, it's not the longest start-finish straight, though. Late on the brakes there, breaking out that little red line thingamabobber. is going to coast through. Late on the throttle. That was very good, though, using the rear end, or using the gas to get that wheel spin to rotate the car. I can't call Tom's at Rose. I will. It's one. It's gonna. I'm gonna forget, and no one else is gonna know. Into Shivlock though. Also, he hasn't told me otherwise. Bit of a conservative line there from Steven Tomzik, I will say. Looking to get his banker, and I would imagine not quite pushing to the fullest. Zandvort, a track that's very flowy. Monaco with gravel. I have a bumper camera too on my Camry. So I would imagine this is not going to be the fastest lap. Oh, big lift. Struggling, a lot of drivers struggling with that final corner. It is quite the tricky one, but it's all about timing when to get on that throttle and how early to do so. Bob Robson here, just starting his lap, currently in second position. Wait. What? Oh, because I have the wrong times up. Nope. Nope. There we go. 1:45.6. Bumper camera makes people sick. That is one thing that at least it makes me sick. I don't like bumper camera. Yeah, Luis Castro with the top time by a good margin right now. Looking like he is every bit on the limits too. You can see that car stepping out just a tiny bit, but not too much. Okay, that's a small bug with the app, but that's okay. We can make do. Kinda. Daniel Versosa in P2 though right now. 4/10 off the pace. We'll see though when other drivers come across the line. There's still some drivers that need to set their lap times. And it looks like Luis Castro, abandoning that previous lap, is going to be starting a new one now. So we will ride along with someone else. Patty D making a good improvement, and he needs to, currently quite a bit off the time, having a bit of an error on his lap, it looks like. Making, I'm not sure which sector he made a mess of. It looks like sector 2. But I don't know. So I think Pulsatrix is going for last to first. She did that last one as well. Last to first. She's just starting in last. I don't know. She started in last race. Patty D did make a good improvement on his time. Not quite enough to gain the position, though, over Jeremy Cubbage. Just behind him. Has Andrew Casey splitting them up as well, though. Whoa! Big drift from Paula Brady there. A little bit, I think. Maybe? Bit wide. I don't know. I think so. Paul Brady down here in 6th position currently. Casey Schutte taking P1, 145.5, beating out Luis Castro. We can get some Andrew Casey. I hope that the grid is full, or I hope that it gets full as well. That would be awesome. Andrew Casey coming across the line now on a good improvement, in fact, is going to be in P15 right now, jumps up to P8. Coming into Tarzan, looks like he is going to keep pushing here. Very nice line into T1 on the throttle, nice and early. Very smooth. Whoa, that wasn't that smooth. Riding the curbs a bit aggressively there. In fact, getting onto the grass just a little bit. That's going to hurt the momentum a tiny bit there of Andrew Casey. The Noobs R Us. A bit of a short shift there in a Masters. Now to T9. Pushing along we go. Andrew Casey was on a decent improvement in that first sector, looking like after Shivlock, he did have a bit of a mess of it, honestly. He's not quite making an improvement that he wants to be here into the chicane. We'll see if he can keep it going, though. Nice and early on the throttle. That was a great chicane. Although the timer doesn't seem to think so. One corner to go. Very nice. But no improvement. Unfortunate, nonetheless. Steven Tomczyk in P11. My thing is broken on which position is where. That is weird. What if I do something like this? I think that worked. Yes, it did. Okay. A little disconnect and a little reconnect does fix it. So, in fact, while we... Well, now, yeah, we can do that now. Why not? We can take a look at the calendar real quick for the 2023 season and what's coming up. Now's a good time to do so. On the 17th, the next thing we have coming up is going to be the Enduro 6 hours at Suzuka, December 17th. Make sure you guys are there. It's starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are not signed up, I would highly recommend it. This is a very fun race. 6 hours at Suzuka. It's going to be extremely fun. With a driver swap, so I don't think driver swap is mandatory. You can be there by yourself, but you are crazy if you do that. Luis Castro is going to put an end to his qualifying there, it looks like. Well, you can't really see. That's fine. We also have the return of the Rookie Series, which you are currently watching. That will be coming back. Yes, we also have a Cup Challenge. Cup Car Spec Series on Thursdays, starting the 15th. We have a two-man driver swap event, which is the aptly named spouse swap, at least what we used to call it. That will be on January 21st. It's really hard to see on that calendar because it's yellow. And as I said, the return of the Rookie Series, January 9th. That is not quite on SimGrid just yet, but it will get there. Also, we see the other series mixed returning in March. That is when we will have the resume of our other series. Back into the action, though. What we are all here for, of course. Luis Castro topping the time charts currently and looking like he is going to... He does have time for another lap if he wants. 1:45.3 from Luis Castro. Topping it out right now. Let's see here. Casey Schutte not too far behind. Is my mic too loud? I see it peeking out just a little bit. Casey Schutte, though, in second position for right now. Bob Robson in third. Danny Versosa in the pits. He will not have time for another lap. Luis Castro won't either, so he's going to have to make do with his time as well. Casey Schutte here pushing along. Has a little bit to go, and he will have time for another lap as well if he wants. So Casey Schutte looking like he is going to have a good opportunity for pole position here. We'll see if he can manage to keep it up. Hopefully that Potts Weaver in front doesn't get in the way. Oh, but he doesn't go for another lap. That will be the end of Casey Schutte's qualifying session. We see George Elmer there coming across the line as well. Doesn't make an improvement. Paula Brady for that sixth position. George Elmer in seventh. Still 30 seconds left to go, though. Drivers do have one more lap that they can set potentially if they would like. A lot of drivers not making that a reality. See, Eric Gagosian on track here. Driving as Trackalicious, representing Trackalicious. On Trackalicious. Checkered flag has fallen. Any driver to come across the line now, which would be Paula Brady, will not have a chance to finish it. Paula Brady does make an improvement, though, up into fourth position from sixth. We also see the 99 car coming across the line very soon. That's going to be Eric Gagosian. Will he make an improvement? Currently sitting down in P... Wait, that's not Eric Gagosian. What am I saying? That was Mike Burkhoff. Mike Burkhoff did make an improvement. You see the 22 car coming across the line. George Elmer. Looks like he is about even with his Delta coming across the line. He doesn't have to improve much, but he's weaving, which means he probably wasn't faster. And Eric Gagosian now will be the final car, I think. Well, no, 343 car is still on track, but Jeremy Cubbage, or Stephen Tomczyk, is invalidated. So, Eric Gagosian comes across for P9. And that will be the end of our qualifying here at Zandvort. The final qualifying of the season 2022. Final season of 2022. The Rookie League, of course, here at Zandvort, round 9. One of the most fun series we've had so far, no doubt. Mainly thanks to everyone here in chat, which isn't too many people now. That's okay, though. It's a Monday. I understand. And as well as all the drivers. 23 cars on the grid here tonight, which is awesome to see for a final race. Luis Castro taking that pole position once again. Can I get a good camera angle? There we go. 212 Aston Martin. It's another Aston Martin lockout. Front row, Casey Schutte. Bob Robson in the 39 McLaren. starting in P3. Paula Brady in P4. Daniel Versosa starting in P5 in that number 7 McLaren. Nice qualifying from him. John Hawley as well. Good qualifying. Starting in P6. George Elmer in P7. Alejandro starting in P8. Trackalicious Eric. It's Eric Gakassian starting in P9. Hayden Gibbert starting in P10. In the Country Club Racing Porsche. Number 89, of course. Andrew Casey starting in P11. Ricardo Sapien starting in P12, Mike Burkov in P13, Stephen Tomzik in P14, Jeremy Cubbage in P15. Can I get a better camera angle of the back? No, we can't. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, kinda. Justin Seckham, who had an awesome race last race, finishing in P4, is going to start in P16 this race. Potts Weaver starting in P17. Pablo Didik in P18. Patty D in P19. John Donnelly in P20. Chase Donnelly, his brother, lining up next to him in P21. Seth Lincoln in P22. And Pulse Tricks starting at the back of the grid in P23 in the 759 big old chunky Camaro. Getting ready to get underway here. Car is now starting up here for the last time at Zandvort for the season. Gonna be optimal track temps. We should hydrate everyone. Hydration is key here. Get some water. Paulo, welcome. Wait. Bulgarian. Wait. I don't know Twitch names. Yes, thank you, Squid. Much appreciated. I meant to hydrate before last race, and then I didn't. Man, Luis Castro is good at turning his windshield wipers on. I'll give him that. Cars battling for position already on the formation lap, it seems. But not the longest formation lap here at Zandvort. This is going to be the final formation lap of the 2022 Rookie Series. Hopefully we have a little bit cleaner race start than last time. Last race start, not what I would describe as ideal. I think that's putting it lightly. Drivers, though, definitely eager to get underway. No doubt about that. Taking a look down the field at liveries that these drivers have. Lots of drivers putting in a lot of work for this series, which is absolutely awesome to see. Such an unofficial series, and people are taking it not seriously, but the right amount of serious. They're having fun with it, which is what everyone should be doing, because we're sim racing and we're having some fun. We don't need to get all serious, do we? That's what the other leagues are for, which the other leagues you can find on SimGrid at Trackalicious, also on Discord. Message any of the admins, but now is not the time for that. We have cars shuffling for position, trying to get into their 2x2 grid slot. Noah's Ark formation as we come rounding the final corner onto the start finish straight for the final time here. Getting ready to get underway. What are those guys doing in the car park? They need to get out here to watch the race as we're about to go green here at We're green here at Zandvort. We're racing. Great start from Bob Robson in third position. Does overtake Paula Brady. Well, already has the position, but Daniel Versosa as well behind. We see everyone so far clean into T1. Too wide mostly from everyone. And we don't see as much carnage thus far. A little bit of three-wide action. Bumping and banging. We see some bumping and banging. There's a new Bar S car around. And that's Steven Tomzik, I think, and Jeremy Cubbage. That's John Donnelly, excuse me. Sorry, Steven. I blamed you for nothing. They have a little bit of contact, unfortunately. Continuing on, though, just two cars involved in that. We see Casey Schutte and Bob Robson battling side by side into Scheivlock. Casey Schutte trying to get that advantage, has the advantage. Bob Robson will have to tuck behind for now. Into Masters. So far, so good. Managing to keep that P2. Luis Castro pulling the lead quite a bit so far. See, Pulsatrix making up a good bit of ground. 2 positions gained so far. I have the wrong thing open. There we go. Oh, and that's a Country Club Racing car of Hayden Gibber off into the barrier as we switch to him. Hayden Gibber making a mistake, unfortunately. I think that was, not sure if there was help involved in that. We can, rejoining a little bit sketchy. Let's go back and check out if there was a little bit of an assist there from behind. Oh, onto the curbs. There was no assist necessary. Ends up taking himself out there on the curb. Unfortunately, that Porsche, when you lose the rear end, it is basically impossible to get back. Eric Gakassian up into 9th position, battling with Alejandro Pulgarin, as they are now coming into the big ol' left-handed banked quarter complex, getting ready to go flat out towards Scheivlock. Big train ahead of him as well. Behind, we see Justin Seckham under pressure from Potts Weaver. He is going to manage to keep that under control for right now. Yellow flag from Bob Robson and Casey Schutte. These are our P2 and P3. What has happened here? Currently following along with... why are we following along with John Hawley? Oh no, Chase Donnelly's involved in this as well. How did he get involved? Okay, well, that didn't work. Okay, why does it keep doing that? Okay, Bob Robson, here we go. Oh, and Casey Schutte with an error collects Bob Robson, and a Bob Robson the collecting. Wow, that's a big hit. Oh, and he clips a Noobs R Us car, unfortunately, on the rejoin. Getting a bit eager on the throttle there to rejoin the track. Very, very unfortunate. He is back battling with Bob Robson, but it is for the position of pride of last place. Hard one to digest there. That one would need a couple camera angles to see exactly what happened. 99 cars off as well. That's Mike Burkov. He is facing the correct way, luckily. Looks like that might just be some technical difficulties. Justin Seckham racing extremely well here tonight. Zandvort, he looks very comfortable on. No doubt about that. Bob Robson, yellow flag again. I think he might have some damage, but Potts Weaver just cannot get that overtake on him. This is a repeat of last race, pretty much. Potts Weaver was just 1 position further behind, but doing an amazing job is Justin Seckham on the defense. Hayden Gibber in the Country Club Racing Porsche making pressure on Seth Lincoln. I think that Country Club Racing Porsche does have damage, though, after Hayden Gibber made a little bit of contact with the Aramco. Ricardo Sapien in this train here, making pressure on Eric Gakassian. Eric Gakassian as well, trying to make ground onto Alejandro, but having a look in his rearview mirrors, and this contact behind. What has happened there? Justin Seckham. Potts Weaver is round. I think we see some contact from Justin Seckham and Potts Weaver, the two that have been racing so well. What has happened here? We're following the McLaren of Potts Weaver right now. Justin Seckham late on the brakes, too late in fact, and oh, he clips Potts Weaver. Oh, and collects Patty D as well. Pulsatrix looking like she avoided that. Just Justin Seckham, unfortunately. Our P4 finisher last race, not quite up to it this race. Down in P13 right now after making that mistake. You hate to see it. Paula Brady in P2 though. Great job from her. Daniel Versosa in P3 in the McLaren. Daniel Versosa, normally I'm pretty sure is an AMG driver. John Hawley is in P4. Awesome. John Hawley in P4 with George Elmer not too far behind. Making a bit of a mistake running wide is going to put him under threat from George Elmer. That Alpine absolutely ruthless, but we do see some battling behind with Stephen Tomczyk and Ricardo Sapien side by side on a part of the track you normally don't see. Stephen Tomczyk is going to have the inside line coming into the chicane here. Can he go late enough into the brakes, or will the AMG be able to hold it? Stephen Tomczyk down the inside. They give each other enough space for right now. There's contact. They make bumping and banging. The AMG is round, but not round fully. Seamus, you are in luck, brother. Let me see here. I think the battling has concluded for right now. Looks like it. This will be a battle here coming up with Pulsatrix and Patty D. In fact, we'll follow them on the start-finish day. I think Pulsatrix is going to try to make a move potentially here into T1 with the overspeed. The Camaro having to have second thoughts on that. Not quite the momentum. We can take a look now at the 2023 calendar. Cass, welcome. Sorry I didn't welcome you earlier. So we see January 9th is going to be the start of our next rookie league. Of course, if you are interested, I would say here, let's get the, it's not quite on SimGrid yet, but when it is, we will be making an announcement on Discord. Recommend going there and checking it out. You also can check out our SimGrid. It will be on there within this week, I think. Don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure within the week it will be up onto SimGrid. Able for sign up. Rookie Series starting January 9th by popular demand. We have other series though as well. We have the 6-hour driver swap at Suzuka. Sounds good, Seamus. Sounds good. Can't wait to see you on the grid for that series. Back to the racing, though, as I think there is a good bit of it happening on track right now. 10 minutes left to go, about halfway through this race. These 20-minute races go so quick, it's insane. Pulsatrix is going to be maybe making a move onto Patty D, as we saw last lap. That's Andrew Casey up ahead in the Noobs R Us car. Losing pace just a little bit. You can compare their lap times. Pulsatrix lap time there, you can see compared to Andrew Casey's, I think. Yes, you can. Hey, Seamus, speed isn't what matters. It's all about safety and having fun. Doesn't matter where you finish. Mainly if you're not first, you're last. So if you accept that, and you just realize that it doesn't matter where you finish, Well, who the heck cares? Because a 6-hour driver swap especially, that's a lot of experience, trust me. It's a lot of experience. Here we go, though. Pulsatrix into T9 is going to be making the move. Looks like she makes it look easy, too. Patty D is going to try to fight back, though, into the hairpin. That Porsche is nimble and good on acceleration. The Camaro washes wide onto the marbles. That's going to compromise her exit. And now going into the chicane, Patrick D does have the advantage. And he will hold that position for now. Pulsatrix, though, is going to have a look down the inside right away. Coming out of the chicane, Patrick there, that is, will have the advantage. Going onto the final straight, and the big tank slapper from Pulsatrix. That's going to hurt her momentum going onto the straight, and that might even compromise her exit to Justin Seckham. Justin Seckham now getting involved in this action as well. We see them go 3 wide potentially. Onto the start-finish straight, and they're very, very close. They're extremely close, 3 wide. Pulsatrix backing out very early. Justin Seckham's very late onto the brakes. Too deep, in fact, onto the marbles. Is going to lose out there. Little ambitious on the brakes, but now coming back at Pulsatrix. Late on the brakes again. Holding the line on the outside. He's going to have the inside for the banked sweeper. That is exactly where you want to be. And he does get the overtake onto Pulsatrix. Pulsatrix, in her ambition on trying to overtake Patrick D, manages to get overtaken herself by Justin Seckham. Absolutely ruthless. I don't think Pulsatrix is done yet, though. As we come into Shivelock now, she is right on the bumper. We can go on board with her just to see how close it is, in fact. Listen to the scream of that Camaro. As she dives any alternate line she can, trying to get any advantage possible. A little bit of oversteer there on the throttle, a bit too early. And I should compare the drivers that we are looking at right now. So there. Yes. Look at that technology, guys. And now this is going to be her best opportunity to get the run onto Justin Seckham here. Justin Seckham taking a look, though, onto the inside of Patty D, going in offensively. Defense tucks back into the slipstream, though. Last lap, we saw these three wide down the start-finish straight. Now we still see them battling it out for the same position. P12, this is, they're battling like it's the last position, or for its P1 on the final lap. These guys racing their hearts out, and you love to see it. Mostly clean racing so far. A little bit of bumping and banging. It happens, though. Justin Seckham getting a little ambitious himself there, trying to make a move on to Patrick D. Oh, but now that's going to compromise Patrick D. Looks like he's lacking in pace a little bit, and that's going to give Pulsatrix the edge on to Justin Seckham. Justin Seckham trying to give the hurry up there to Patty D. Going to be very tricky, though, to hold this position for much longer. Camera angles do suck at Zandvort. I will say that. I never knew that until someone told me. But now that they mentioned it, they are right. And I'm sorry, Chad. I just cursed you guys now that I mentioned it. The Helicam's good, though. The Helicam's very good. It's just too far away. Bit further back, Pablo Didic battling with John Donnelly. Donnelly up into P15. His brother Chase Donnelly down in P21. Still 22 drivers in this field. Bob Robson in last position, something you don't typically see. And then that Potts Weaver makes contact with Pablo Didic. Oh, and then they make contact again. Ooh, let's go back and see that one more time. That looked like Potts Weaver, unfortunately, there. We see Pablo braking maybe a bit earlier than Potts expected, but Potts not getting the car slowed down in time, unfortunately. They do make contact. Bit of a learning experience there. That's all right. Casey Schutte as well down in P19. Our P1 and P2, well, P2 and P3, excuse me. P1 is still, you know, doing what he does up in P1. Paula Brady, though, only 4.5 seconds behind Luis Castro. Luis Castro must either be tire saving or Paula Brady is rapid as all hell, because that is insane pace. Danny Versosa as well in P3. That is awesome to see. John Hawley in P4 with George Elmer not too far behind. Alejandro Pogarin as well, trying to pick up the scraps from them. Eric Gukasian in the KTM just coming across the line as well. A couple seconds behind them as well. The real action, though, happening with these three. These three have been battling for laps now, and I would imagine it's going to continue. These three all with very similar pace. We can see Patty D and Justin Seckham's comparison times. But we're actually going to look at... There we go. Yeah, we'll stick with Justin Seckham as he's in the middle. Oh, bit of a moment there from the BMW. I think just a little bit too much curb, but these drivers are all racing their hearts out, as I said before, and they're doing a great job of it. Very clean. Couple laps to go. Patrick D doing a great job holding on to this P11. Pulsatrix is looking like she has the pace. Mike, thank you very much for the subscription. Sorry you're not still in the race. But, wait, you're not in the race? Alright, well, that's alright. But thank you very much for the 3-month continued subscription. Appreciate everyone's support here, Mike, as well. Your support, of course. We're just watching some very awesome racing right now, and here we go. Why did I go out of Helicam? Well, we were about to go side by side. This is it. Justin Seckham making a move on to Patty D down the inside of T1 into Tarzan. We see deep on the brakes, but Patty D as well is deep, and that's going to give Pulsatrix the opportunity potentially on exit to come back at her, or come back at him, excuse me. I don't think so, though. Finally, Justin Seckham gets the overtake done on a Patty D. Long awaited. We'll see if Justin can now pull away. Justin was ahead of them at one point. I think made a bit of a mistake, though, and fell behind. And now we see Patty D under heavy threat from Pulsatrix. Oh, and deep into Shivlock. They both go onto the gravel. Is Patty D rejoining the track into the barrier? Big hit. Patty D is going to be suffering quite a bit of damage from that. That's going to put an end to that battle. No doubt about that one. Pulsatrix luckily only running onto the marbles, staying out of the gravel. Not sustaining any damage, and actually is catching with Justin Seckham quite a bit. A bit further up the field, Alejandro Pogarin having a battle with George Elmer, the Alpine and the AMG here going at it. We'll see what happens here. The leader is on the final lap. That's Luis Castro. Of course it is. Man's driving like he owns the car. Alejandro losing a bit of time there to George Elmer, having a bit of an error. Pulsatrix is right on the tail of Justin Seckham again. These two, what the heck? Well, let's get the comparison back up. Here we go, and I think we might see a move into Tarzan. A little defensive goes Justin second, but not that defensive. We'll see if Pulsatrix is going to make a move on to him. Deep into Tarzan goes the BMW, but the Camaro does manage to hold the inside line there. Lovely overtake from Pulsatrix. We'll see if she can hold on to that position for the final lap. Waiting for the most crucial lap to get the overtake, but she's going to have a bit of a drift. That's not going to... Whew. Close. And now into Shivlock. This is where we saw a little bit of an error last lap, and we do see an error again, though, but it's from Justin Seckham this time. Justin Seckham, that's going to hurt his attack onto Pulsatrix. It's going to put him a second behind. Very tricky indeed to overtake on this track. Now he has to close that gap and make an overtake. Ooh, a bit further back, though, we do see some good action. Chase Donnelly, John Donnelly, what the heck is going on here? Or Jeremy Cubbage, excuse me, and Lincoln. We see some BMW, and Aston Martin action down here. Leaders finish the race. That's Luis Castro. These guys are a bit further back. We can jump back with them in a while, or because they have a bit of lap to go. Paula Brady in P2. Dana Versosa coming across the line for P3. John Hawley for P4. George Elmer for P5. Alejandro Bogarin for P6. Got Eric Cassian for P7. Steven Tomzik P8. Ricardo Sapien coming across the line in P9. Andrew Casey in P10 is now going to come across the line. I do want to follow this battle. Oh, no! Chase Donnelly's in the gravel. What happened? Oh, no. All right, let's check it out. Seth Lincoln also has a yellow flag now. Okay, Chase Donnelly is in the gravel, or the BMW's in the gravel. Okay, well, there's two BMWs. That doesn't really help. They both... Oh, no. Seth Lincoln making contact with Chase Donnelly and pushing him off into the gravel, and then we saw Seth Lincoln, I think, also getting involved in a little bit of an incident. Patty D coming across the line for P12, Justin second, or excuse me, just second for P12, Patty D P13, Hayden Gibber for P14, John Donnelly for P15, Potts Weaver for P16, P17 for Pablo Didic, P18, Casey Schutte, Jeremy Cubbage in P19, Chase Donnelly in P20, Seth Lincoln P21, and Bob Robson in P22. You don't say that too often. Awesome race, though. Absolutely awesome race. Let's grab some drivers. Let's see. Luis. Hey, Luis. How's it going?
Hello there.
Great drive. Again.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm freaking sweating bullets over here.
Why? You weren't battling with anyone.
No, because it's super hot.
Oh, excuses. Oh, yeah, I'm hot. That's why I won. No, awesome drive, though.
Thank you, man.
Anything happen in your race? I don't know. I thought I didn't see too much.
I hit a curve wrong, and that was it.
So a small bout of oversteer.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Green light. Go, go, go.
All right, I'm gonna rip Paula Brady out of hers in very rudely. Let's see, where are we? We are in there. Hi, Paula. Sorry to rudely rip you out, but great podium finish. I don't know. There she is. Okay.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Paula. Great podium.
Thank you.
And who was the other one on the podium? That was Jeremy? No. Who was it? None of our normal contenders.
It was one of the McLarens, I think.
Was it Weaver? No, it wasn't Weaver.
No.
Anyways, your race was quite exciting, it looked like. At least
What?
your first race was, I should say. Your second race, not as much. For Sosa, of course.
Yeah, I guess it's just the fact that like I'm not used to driving GT4s at Zandvort, especially. So it's like, hmm. So it kind of got into a tango with Bob there, and yeah, I think it was definitely kind of bit like we were like definitely a bit rough with each other after turn one. So it was like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta take a race on the chin and try it next time. So thankfully there was a second race and managed to get off the line a lot better and capitalize on what was happening in front of me, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Well, glad that you could take the first race like that, because yeah, that was very unfortunate, the contact, but it happens to everyone, and only thing you can do is move on.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm glad I did. So
Yeah, you finished on the podium, so lovely finish indeed. And Daniel Versosa, speaking of finishing on the podium, welcome. How many podiums? You don't get podiums often, do
Yeah,
you?
this is my first podium.
Yeah,
ever.
congratulations. Okay, I was gonna say this isn't. Yeah, awesome job, dude. Congrats.
I feel out of place here. I definitely think I shouldn't be here because of what happened between Shooty and Robson. But
Well, you are.
I'm
You took advantage of the situation, and you were in the right place at the right time, and you are now here on the podium. Congratulations for your first podium.
yeah, I'm absolutely happy that I could maintain the pace, and it shows that I got my first podium in the rookie league.
And it's the
So
final
definitely,
race of the season,
yes,
too.
that's one way to wrap up the
Yeah,
season.
no, you're only as good as your last race. That's what they say, right?
Absolutely. And yeah, thanks to my team who uh, supported me all the way to getting better and better, improving every day. And thank you, thanks to Draculicious. I may be a mod here, but I would like to thank you all, Mike, the staff, uh, to host this amazing season. And I'll see if this pace can be maintained for January.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Happy to see you back in January, of course. Along with, I hope to see everyone back, and even more. But no, dude, awesome! Congratulations! Like, it couldn't be happier for you for your first podium.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
And I see Eric in here. Eric, what's up?
Hey, just wanted to pop in and say congratulations to the winners and all of our rookie drivers. What a phenomenal season for everyone. And I see that you do have the calendar up on the stream. We will be returning by popular demand. We weren't originally planning on doing a January, February rookie series, but hey, if people want it, we're going to give it to them. So it's yet to go live on SimGrid. We were actually going to give all of our server supporters. So anyone who has a Prime subscription or has a membership with us or boosts us in Discord or has donated in the past, you have the opportunity to form our series for us and for the people. So everybody gets to select the tracks that they want to race. Not only for the rookie series but for the remainder of the calendar. So the January February rookie series, the March to April May rookie series, and the GT3, GT4, GT3 mixed championships are all going to be majority selected by all of our supporters. So thank you if you're a supporter, and look forward to hearing your voice back on where you want to race.
Yeah, awesome. And my game crashed there. Sorry about that. Yeah, no crying, Dan.
There's no crying at sim racing.
But no, awesome. That was an absolutely awesome series in general. Just
Yeah, it was phenomenal for a thing, something that was really very lightheartedly put together. It turned into something much bigger than we ever expected. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to all of the rookie drivers and the non-rookie drivers who were part of that series. Just made some phenomenal racing.
and hey, Paula, are you going to continue being live after this?
Maybe for a little bit, but I'm actually thinking of wrapping up pretty soon.
Okay, then I'll send the raid somewhere else. Then that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, check out Paula Brady. I'm not gonna raid her, but she is still awesome. So make sure you go check her stream out. Awesome graphics on stream. That's like the one thing. Your stream's really cool because it has some really cool graphics on it.
Hmm.
And yeah, but thanks everyone for participating in this league. We're gonna send the raid over to Dogo. So make
Yeah,
sure.
Dogo, he's a friend of Trackalicious.
Awesome guy raided us last night, so we're gonna send the favor back. And hope everyone has a great night. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and hope to see you guys in our future seasons.
That's Dogo
Yeah,
about his small calves. Tell him his calves are
Thank you for having us. It was awesome.